Small thing I wanted to briefly talk about. San Diego Comic-Con just happened, right? And we were all expecting at least some, well, I say we were expecting, we really weren't expecting. Basically, absolutely nothing was released. About the movies, about the upcoming series, nothing. Right? So if you don't know, there's like a movie coming out. I think the movie got pushed to 2026. Pretty sure it's 2026. There's a new series in the works, and there's a bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes. Now, based on what I've heard of behind the scenes stuff, I think people, there'll be a lot of people who are very, very angry. I don't know how much of that is true, but I've heard some things. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. An Avatarist also tweeted this out. We are perpetually 2 years away from new animated Avatar content since 2021. And this is from Paramount themselves. I'm going to be totally honest with you. If you remember, I had a conspiracy theory that they left Netflix and literally, like, what was it? Like, it was a couple weeks later. Because I remember I put out my Avatar video, and right off the bat, Avatar Studios was announced, right? And in my noodle brain, I was like, come on. These things, they take a very, very long time. Surely they knew that this was going to be happening, and that's why they left, right? They were given full creative freedom. They didn't have to work with Netflix anymore. Paramount probably gave them a lot of money and said, listen, go make more Avatar. It makes perfect sense. It popped off on Netflix. Everything in my brain lines up perfectly. That hasn't happened. And now I'm thinking, maybe when they announced Avatar Studios, that was when they like actually formalized it. Because there's no way it's been like 3 years and we know nothing. The only picture we've had, and I keep repeating this, the only thing we have is this, and this is not officially released. This image is leaked. This is not a legit image. We shouldn't know about this, theoretically. I think something has gone terribly wrong behind the scenes. I genuinely can't even imagine what it is. It has to be something fundamental. Either, like, on a conceptual level, they don't know how to tie in the lore, they don't know what kind of, like, story they're going for, they can't find a studio to do it. I've got no clue what's going on behind the scenes, because this amount of time that has passed with no information, I don't know. Because this like brings up the perpetual debate of is it better to just like not say anything and people will watch it when it comes out, or is it better to hype things up for years and years and years? You know, I think opinion will be split. Like we have nothing, like nothing to work with, and that is very, very confusing to me. That even now we know nothing. I think something's gone wrong, and like really, 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 really wrong. I would say let them cook, but now we've sort of entered the territory where I'm kind of like, are you sure the stove is on? Have we made sure that the gas is flowing nicely, the stove works, we've all got utensils, we've got all the spices? Do we actually have everything to cook? Because you've been in the kitchen for an awfully long time, and I can't even smell anything, is what I'm asking. The release date they have now is in January, right? And January is the dump month. It's not coming out in January. It's going to be delayed again. It's not coming out in January. I think January is a completely temporary thing that they've just thrown out there as like a wild guess because they don't know when it's going to come out. I am almost certain it's not coming out in January. The only thing that's sort of confusing is that it's listed at January 20th. Maybe it's like a, it could be a quarter, like a quarterly report thing for Paramount, but it's not coming out January. 1,000,000% it's not. Until then, though, I guess we'll have to keep waiting.